So let's talk about cherry picking. Cherry picking can mean many different things in metal detecting. Are you trying to go for coins? Are you trying to go for small coins, big coins, coins on their edge? Are you trying to go for low conductive coins, high conductive coins? Are you trying to go for deep coins, shallow coins? What's your intention? Are you trying to go for small chains, necklaces? Are you trying to go for gold rings, silver rings? Are you hunting in hot soil? Are you hunting in wet soil? Are you hunting in highly conductive or magnetic ground? You know, there's so many variables in metal detecting. Are you hunting in high EMI? Are you hunting with a small coil or a big coil? Are you hunting in really dense trash? What layers of trash is there, right? Because you have different layers of trash, right? Sometimes you have 20 years of trash in a small little layer. Then you have 30 years of trash in a really thick layer. Then you have 10 years of trash in a small layer, right? And there's different layers of trash, and you really have to analyze and collect data. Every time you pick up a piece of trash, it goes in the back of your mind. It's like a computer. Your mind is like a computer, and you analyze that. I just found a penny at 6 inches deep, a zinc penny at 6 inches deep. Then your next target could be a freaking silver dime, 100 years old, at 1 inch deep, right? So you just collect data. The more targets that you dig out, the more data that you're collecting, and a person really can't teach you how to dial in your machine. It's just way more complicated than that, right? Um, People want these cheats and they want these programs to be magical for them, right? Other people's programs. It's just not like that, right? Um, don't misunderstand me here, but um, there's really no easy way. There's no quick way to learn how to metal detect. You have to learn that by yourself through experience and digging up trash and analyzing and collecting data on those sites that you're hunting. If you're finding deeper targets at a park, if you're finding deeper coins at a park, in a not so trashy area, well, that means most likely there's other coins in at that park that are masked by trash, and you have to accept that you have to dig that trash out to unmask those targets. There's no secret coil, there's no secret detector, there's no secret settings that's going to unmask targets that are deeper. And when you get in trash, it's the small coils that's really going to do most of the work. If you're trying to hunt in trash with an 11-inch satellite dish, you're digging out way less targets, right? I have a lot of years experience, so I know how to hunt in parks, right? When people ask me questions about hunting in parks, I've hunted in parks for over 30 years, so I know a lot of different machines, and some machines perform a lot better swinging slower, so they can process the trash. Some machines perform faster, and you can swing them really fast, but they're not going to go deep, right? Some machines just you can't get to perform good on deeper targets, and you have to accept that. Machines are different, right? Machines have different areas where they perform well at, and I want a machine to be very stable. I don't want to have to push a machine really, really hard. That means I'm pushing it on depth, right? Once you start pushing a machine on depth, you're going to have to dig out targets that are really iffy, right? You can't call out deeper targets. Maybe if you know a machine really, really freaking good, and you know that area good, if you've hit on a lot of deep silver or deeper coins or deeper targets in an area, you know that area very well. But to get to that point where you're hitting on deeper targets, you have to dig out a lot of trash, and you have to collect data. That trash that you dig out of the ground, you're collecting data. Where is that pay layer at? You know, where is your desirable targets at? What is that layer that you're going for with your settings, right? You have to dial that machine in to hit that certain layer, right? To balance that machine out and hit that certain layer. You can bypass that surface junk, but sometimes in those parks, that surface junk are gold rings and gold bracelets. Are you going for deep coins that are worth $1 or $2, maybe $3 or $4 a piece? Or are you going for those $1,000 gold rings near the surface? Or those necklaces that are worth several $100s? The jewelry, yeah, the jewelry really isn't worth that much money, but I just like hitting on the jewelry. You know, that's my main target, is within 3 to 4 inches deep, is the jewelry near the surface, because it's easy to extract out, and it's easier to call out the targets, and it's easier to reject those trashy targets. That deep trash is hard to call out and identify that deeper trash. It's hard to identify the trash from the treasure when it's deeper. When it's on the surface, within this deep, it's not too hard to identify, distinguish the difference between a trashy target and a good target. But most of the time, I'm just swinging wildly, and I want to skip a lot of targets up because I don't want to dig out 150 targets in a small area and tear it up. And I'm collecting data, right? I'm just going fast and collecting data, you know, just roaming around, collecting data, and seeing where the hot spots for jewelry are, right? The more ground that you can cover, the better sample that you can get from that area. So I don't know if everybody agrees with me, but I've used many detectors, and a lot of detectors work really good in trash, and some struggle in trash. No matter what coil you have on, you know, some detectors just don't do well in trash, just because they're deep-seeking machines. No matter what coil you have on, and some detectors don't have a very good selection of coils. So, you know, all around good machines have can do a lot of different things. They can go deep, they can go shallow, but you have to set those machines up to go deep or shallow, or hit trash, hit in some trash, or hit gold targets, or higher conductive targets, lower conductors, higher conductors. And I prefer to swing machines around that do not have AA or 9-volt batteries, or D batteries, or C batteries. They're just so expensive to swing around. Those alkaline batteries are just so expensive nowadays. It just makes it impractical to swing around a detector for long hours every day that has alkaline batteries in it, you know, and they're just not as durable detectors. Those older detectors just break, and it's harder to find parts for those older detectors, you know. Well, thank you for watching.